Hello, this is Jeff Clemmer with Exit Realty Springside, and I wanted to go over a few items in LionDesk that might be helpful. Most of them involve contacts, their sources, also drip campaigns, and some things related to that. So first thing I wanted to show is just how you would add in some lead sources and contact types. These kinds of things should be done before you are actually putting in contacts, because you want to be able to drop people into a lead source or a contact type when you are entering them. So to show you how to do that, if you go into the right up here to the top right and check the settings, there's going to be all kinds of different things that you can change. And first item here are lead sources. So to add a lead source, you would just click on New Source and you'd enter it and add a source. Simple as that. Also, you can do contact types. I have several of them. There are also several that are loaded, but here are the contact types. They could be for sale by owner for folks, expireds. They could be contractors, so they don't have to actually be prospects of ours. They could be referral partners, things like that. Appraisers, same kind of a thing. You just do new contact type, add it right here, and click Add Contact Type, and you're done. Another one that is really important are contact tags. And tags are a way to further classify different groups of contacts. One example might be if you have buyer prospects and a buyer indicates that they are interested in a certain county, you could add a tag that would be for that specific county and do that for lots of different buyers. So then if you wanted to send, let's say, a listing alert to only people that have shown an interest in that particular county, or it might be a city or something like that, you could do that pretty easily. And again, contact tags can be done right here. You just click on the plus, put in your tag, and you're done. So those are three things that are pretty important and nice ways to categorize people. So I'm just going to show you also how you'd add a contact, not in mass quantity, but just individually. So if you happen to collect some business cards over the course of several days and want to add them, you'd go into the contacts section right here, and then you just do Add New Contact. And you put in some information on them. So I will say Sally Seller, and an email address. And a phone number. And then here you can do the tags. So I'm going to just do a test tag. I have one already created. So I'll put them in here. And nope, it didn't work. And then also we could do the lead source. In this case, I'm not going to select a lead source. It could be a contact type that we just did. Let's just say that this is a seller, so this might be a seller prospect. And once we have the information, we would just do Save New Contact. So that's how you do that. But then I also want to show you some drip campaigns, and then I'm going to show you how we can utilize these tags or different categories to assign drip campaigns. So let's look at this, and we're going to go into marketing. And if you click on the autopilot drip campaigns, you will see a bunch of drip campaigns that are available to you on the left side. These are automatic. You could look at there's all kinds of them here, so you could search for different kinds of campaigns because people will choose to share them. You can also buy some of them. but we're just going to look at an example. Let's look at this SOI Sphere of Influence text campaign. And if you click on the tasks, you're going to see this campaign here. One thing to note with this is that you cannot actually edit the individual templates. That's what LionDesk calls each one of these. So in these cases, these are all text. So each part of this campaign is a text message that goes out. And you can't edit those from here, but what you do edit from here are when these things go out. So as an example, if you wanted to edit one of these or when it would go out, so for instance, we needed to change the Valentine's Day one to go out the day before Valentine's Day. We could do that. We could go into this and then change the date. Or if it was next year and you wanted to change it to 19, you could do that. So you'd make those changes right here. You can say whether it's going to be a specific date. You could say whether it is recurring. So you could do that as well. And you could say once a year on the 14th. So there you have it, and then it would happen all the time. So that's what you can change here. But again, you can't change the verbiage in this spot. I'll show you where to do that though. So where you're going to do that is if you go under the templates. So the templates are the individual pieces of the campaign, like the actual text message or the actual email, things like that. So we'll just use the same example. So on the left side, you'll see folders now. These folders share the same names as those drip campaigns. So we'll look at the templates for this same SOI text campaign. And here you're going to see some. So this is where you might edit one of them. So for instance, the person that actually shared this with everybody using LionDesk, her name must have been Lindsay Brown. So we want to change these. So Lindsay Brown isn't the name that this is coming from. So note that in a text message, it doesn't automatically fill in a signature. You actually have to put in your signature in the text for the text. So do it just like that. We want to make sure that it's in the right folder so it gets associated with that campaign, which it does, and we're going to save this one. If we go down to actions, you'll see some other options here too. So we can share a campaign with somebody if we wanted to. So that's something that is possible. And then also we can add some more templates. So as an example, let's say that I wanted to create a new text for this campaign or any others. We could do that. So I am going to let's see, put this in the SOI text campaign for holidays. We could simply call this something. So I'm going to call it, let's see, not 4th of July, but some other day, Labor Day. And I would just want to say a great So you could do it just like that. You can also add in videos if you wanted to, so you could create a little video instead and include that as an option. So we've already put this in the right folder. We're going to now save it. Now remember, while we've created Labor Day, we haven't done anything with the date. So you'd have to go back now into the Auto Drip Pilot campaign, make sure that we're looking at the tasks for that campaign. And it's not here right now, but it will be in a little bit, so it just takes a little bit. I wonder if I go into the dashboard and then back into marketing, and then select that autopilot drip campaign, if it will be in there. I'm not sure if it does. No, it looks like it must just take a little bit more time. But that is how you can that is how you could do it. Oh, actually, no, I take that back. So here's how you do it. You add a new task to the drip. So we click on this, and now we're going to do that. The type of task is going to be a text. The folder that this is in is we dropped it into the SOI text, and now here it is, the Labor Day one. So we want to do that. We want to, let's see, have it recur, and we're going to have it occur once a year, and we're going to say, gosh, and I know that this changes. I think it's always the first Monday, so potentially we could maybe say that we want it to be, in this example, maybe, excuse me, maybe it would be the last day of August. So we could do it like that. Occurs once a year, and add the task. So there you have it. That's how you do that. So the last thing that I wanted to show is how you actually assign a campaign. So again, we're going to go into contacts, and I'm going to remove the filters so I can show you how to filter. So if we go into here, we want to filter the contacts, and I want to find just certain contacts to assign this campaign to. And I'm going to do it with tags. So I want to find all of those that I have tagged with the word text. So we're going to do that. And let's see, I want to apply the filter. And now you're going to see that we have 4 contacts that have that test tag right here. So now I would select all 4, or I could pick and choose if I so desired. And I want to do a bulk action. And that bulk action in this case is going to be add drip campaign. I can do 4 selected contacts or all of them. In this case, I already selected all 4 of them. But I'm going to say the selected contacts. And now what drip do I want to do? And I'm going to do the holiday campaign. So I select that and I click on the add campaign, and now I've done that. So now all of these are added to that campaign. So one thing that you're going to want to do is, if you happen to have a bunch of contacts in the database already, and maybe they're in different categories, you might have to take some time to tag them or to add a source to them or something like that. But again, remember, you can do that in bulk. So as an example, let's just say that you're going through this and you wanted to add all of these to a certain source, or take a bulk action against those 4. So you could go through and click 4 or 400 of them, and you could add a tag for all of them, for those 4, for instance, or you could change the source. You could modify the type, do things like that. So those are the things that I wanted to share with you today about LionDesk.